Welcome to the SMITE God reveal for Kuzenbo, King Kappa. Lingering silently just beneath the surface of rivers and lakes, Kappa wait patiently for mortals to test the water, dragging them down below. Mistaken as simple, mischievous turtlemen, they are dangerously strong and ruthless when submerging their prey. King among these monsters is Kuzenbo, bigger, stronger, and more cunning than the rest. Kuzenbo led his 9,000 Kappa followers to Japan, where they laid waste to river villages, pulling mortals into the inky depths. Japan's army marched to fight back, but were no match. There is only one way to defeat them. As the bowl-shaped indentation atop a Kappa's head is filled with water, that Kappa grows impossibly strong, yet bound by their strong sense of honor, they will bow, if bowed to, spilling their power upon the ground. Kuzenbo, however, having fought in countless battles, was defeated only twice. Upon his second defeat at the hands of the General Kiyomasa, he was forced to swear to never again sow strife between man and beast, a vow the Kappa King honors to this day. Gods, however, are fair game. Kuzenbo's passive is Water Bowl. Each time Kuzenbo takes a percentage of his maximum health worth of damage, he is granted a stack of damage reduction as the bowl of water atop his head fills. Stacks last for 10 seconds and are refreshed each time he gains another. When he is knocked up, knocked back, grabbed, pulled, banished, or otherwise disrupted, the bowl loses half of its stacks until he begins to fill it again. Kuzenbo's first ability is Nene Kappa. Kuzenbo summons and throws the powerful Nene Kappa, who can ricochet off from walls. After firing, if the Nene Kappa bounces off from a wall, it will continue to travel from that point up to a maximum of 2 bounces. Upon reaching its maximum travel distance, or if the Nene Kappa hits an enemy god, it will burst out of its shell and start attacking. Kuzenbo's second ability is Shell Spikes. The spikes on Kuzenbo's shell extend out, reflecting a percentage of the damage enemies deal to Kuzenbo back at them. While active, each time Kuzenbo takes damage, the cooldown on Nene Kappa is reduced. Kuzenbo's third ability is Sumo Slam. Kuzenbo charges forward and is immune to slows and roots. During his charge, he will damage both enemy minions and gods. Using his immense strength, he pushes the first enemy god he hits along with him. Each subsequent enemy Kuzenbo hits will deal damage to both that god and the god he is pushing. Colliding with a wall will also deal additional damage to the god he is pushing. However, the god can only be hit a maximum of 3 times. Kuzenbo's ultimate is Watery Grave. Kuzenbo pulls himself inwards under his shell and spins, summoning fierce currents that knock enemies back, increasing his movement speed and allowing him to move freely in all directions. Damage after the first initial spin is reduced. Nene Kappa can be a powerful clear tool in the lane and in the jungle. Since it deals damage after every bounce, you can bounce it through minion waves or jungle monsters to get multiple instances of damage before the Nene Kappa comes to help you. Be careful though, as an enemy god can block the ricochet, causing the Nene Kappa to spawn early and block your damage. Additionally, the Nene Kappa can absorb a few basic attacks. In the late game, try to throw him at the enemy hunter. The hunter will need to shoot through the Nene Kappa to deal damage, which saves your teammates from getting bursted down. Kuzenbo does a great job at disrupting a team fight and isolating a single target. Where traditional support will want to stay close to their carries to protect them, Kuzenbo wants to get in his enemies' faces and discourage them from passing, or they risk getting knocked around or pushed directly into your carry. Be careful though, as sometimes your carries will need support, and if you are too far away, you may not be able to save them with a good sumo slam. Kuzenbo can lock down a single target for a very long time. Sumo slam can grab someone and push them out of position. Once you have taken your target away, activate Watery Grave and continue to chase and knock them up for the duration. If the enemy god is lacking a leap or a way to avoid being knocked up, they will have a hard time doing anything to either Kuzenbo, your teammates, or be able to save themselves from their Watery Grave. Kuzenbo is a brawling guardian. Kuzenbo focuses on looking for out-of-position enemies he can push around and disrupting enemy teams by reflecting back damage and knocking them around. His passive, Water Bowl, helps him achieve this goal by giving him the protections he needs to stay in the thick of it. Additionally, the Nene Kappa serves as a strong wave and minion clear that your enemies will need to deal with before dealing with your team. Pair Kuzenbo with aggressive carries like Anhur, who can make use of someone being aggressive, or characters that can combo off from his push and knockups like Janice or Wheelix. Kuzenbo is an aggressive guardian. You will want to start with Nene Kappa as this is your primary wave clearing tool and can put a good amount of pressure on your enemies. At level 2, pick up Sumo Slam as this can be a great way to pick your enemies off or defend your ally from aggression. Next, get another rank in the Nene Kappa. At level 4, pick up a single point in Shell Spikes as it will provide some cooldown reduction on Nene Kappa and threaten anyone who attacks you. Once you hit level 5, you will want to prioritize Watery Grave, followed by Nene Kappa, then Sumo Slam, and finally, Shell Spikes. Kuzembo's build should be a very defensive one. Since Kuzembo will want to reflect and thereby take a lot of damage, he will want to be very tanky so he can disrupt the enemy team effectively. Start with Watcher's Gift, shoes, and some health and mana potions. Throughout the game, you will want to pick up wards so you can provide vision for your team. Next, get Reinforced Shoes, which will give you a strong boost to your defenses early on. Sovereignty and Gauntlet of Thebes will be your next 2 items, both boosting your health and defenses while also helping out your team. Oni Hunter's Garb is a strong follow-up item, offering a cheap source of magical protections, crowd control reduction, and a passive that makes you tankier when surrounded by enemies. Hide of the Nemean Lion works well with Kuzembo when paired with Shell Spikes and will make enemy carries afraid to attack you in the late game. Finally, Mantle of Discord gives a solid boost to all protections and will give you additional crowd control to disrupt the enemy team even more. Thanks for watching the Smite God reveal for Kuzenbo, King Kappa.